Now, we are finished with samatha. Now we are going on to the next section on vipassana. As we saw on page 54 in the Tatiya Samadhi Sutta, the Buddha defined samatha and vipassana. He defined samatha as the 4-step process, and he defined vipassana as a 3-step process, right? How to view sankharas, how to investigate sankharas, and how to distinctly see sankharas. However, in that sutta, he did not define what are sankharas. He did not define how to look at sankhara, how to investigate sankhara, and how to distinctly see sankharas. So we had to do some detective work. We have to look at other suttas to try and find out what the Buddha could have meant. Right? So the first thing that we need to do is to find out what are sankharas. What is this sankhara that the Buddha is talking about? Okay? I've given you this compilation of quotations from the suttas, excerpts from the suttas, and there are not very many. Even in these suttas, it is not rigorously defined. We can only get hints and clues from these suttas. Okay, so now we look at page 117, note 35. At the bottom it says Sankhara occurs in 6 major doctrinal and other contexts. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to show you the context of Sankhara. It says here that Sankhara is used in 6 major doctrinal contexts. So what are these 6 major doctrinal contexts? Well, the first one is it occurs in the law of dependent origination. If you are familiar with the law of dependent origination, it starts off with ignorance, avijja paccaya sankhara. Ignorance being a condition, therefore sankhara happens. Sankhara being a condition, and therefore vijnana happens, and so on and so forth. So in the law of dependent origination, sankhara is used. Sankhara is also used in the aggregates, the 5 aggregates. No? The first one is form, second is feeling, third is perception, fourth is for sankhara, and the last one is vijnana, or consciousness. And the third is, it is used in the context of all things that are formed due to causes and conditions, and which themselves become the cause and condition for other causes and conditions. So this I have translated here as constructions, although different people have different translations. Acharya Thanisaro translates it as fabrications. Bhikkhu Bodhi translates it as formations. And then Bhante Hai, Dhammabuddho, translated it as conditioners. But I'm following Peter Harvey's translation, constructions, because it's a very useful word. Constructions can be seen as a verb, construct, to make, to fabricate. Now it can be used as an adjective, constructed. He has come into being because of causes and conditions. So it can be used as a verb, as an adjective, and as a noun. The fourth is, it is used in the context of cessation attainment. I don't know whether you've heard of Nirodha Samapatti. It's supposed to be a state when feelings and perceptions cease. So the process of attaining this cessation attainment is by the stilling of 3 types of sankharas. We start off with vaci sankhara, and then it goes on to kaya sankhara, and then it goes on to citta sankhara. So vaci sankhara is defined here as vitakka and vichara, which is thought and examination. Then kaya sankhara is defined as bodily formations or bodily constructions, defined as breathing. And citta sankhara is defined as perception and feeling. So it goes in this order. First, vitakka and vichara cease, and then breathing ceases, and then after that, perception and feeling cease. It is also used in the context of mindfulness of breathing. In the sutta on the mindfulness of breathing, Anapanasati Sutta, there is mention about kaya sankhara and citta sankhara, usually translated as bodily formations and mental formations. It is also used in the context of karma. We call it kaya saṅkhārā, vaci saṅkhārā, and mano saṅkhārā. It is also used as a part of several compound words, which is beyond the scope of this workshop, and also other occurrences, not compound words, but other occurrences which are not any of these. So what we are interested in is just this one, number 3, constructions for vipassana contemplation.